Beast Wars. Pretty cool. So this is Beast Wars Terragator. One of the actually there was quite a few of these things called a Fusor. Anyway, but yes, it's two animals mixed in one, which also happens to be a transformer. So okay. And there, like I said, there were quite a few of these things. There was, but a lot of them were ridiculous in that they would combine two totally different animals, and I can see how that kind of would have been the point, but it didn't work. For example, there was one with a hammerhead shark for a head and the body of a hawk. Why? Or that other one that was a bull and a bat. But if there's two animals that do go together, that is a turtle and an alligator. And that is exactly how this goes together. Because, you know, if you were going to mix two animals together, I guess I can see putting a turtle and an alligator together to make this awesome spiky shell lizard thing. That sounds cool, right? So yeah, this guy's totally got it all going on. Let's take a look at him, eh? First off, this guy was a bit smaller than I expected him to be, but you know, I neglected to actually find out that this was a basic-sized figure, not deluxe. And all basic really is the old equivalent of scout class. So this guy is basically a scout class figure. So let's take a look at his weapons here real quick. First of all, you got this gun, which once again is the tail, and not only the tail, but basically the back half of the alligator. So it looks pretty hilarious with these two legs just kind of hanging off there. And you got a double-barreled gun. I'm not totally sold on this, but this whole tail becoming a gun thing, but I don't know. I'm getting there. And then, of course, you got this awesome shield, which is indeed very cool. As you can see, it's the shell. And, you know, that's really cool. It really is. I definitely think it looks neat. It seems like, you know, if turtles really were alien robots that also transformed, it would make sense that their shells became their shields. And it makes a lot more sense than, say, you know, a back chunk of an animal's back peeling off and becoming a hard shell or a hard shield. And so, you know, I don't know. And anyway, it just kind of makes more sense to me than like the back. But another thing about this guy is that he is a very brittle. Well, not very brittle, but he is kind of, I don't know, a little terrified to hold him because, well, for one thing, I thought that this mouth opened up, but I was unfortunate enough to do that, and it popped right off. I was a bit horrified, but, you know. So when you get these two things off and look at the actual robot himself, he looks like a little helpless little guy with a giant alligator sticking off of his side. Although he is mainly ball joints, and so therefore he gets a lot of very good articulation. But, yeah. Now, I can't say I really like these hands, though. They work in the alt mode, but in robot mode, they're just kind of weird. They look kind of like two bananas. Now, as for the head, it's actually pretty good. It looks kind of like the creature from the Black Lagoon, actually. And as you can see, the color of this green just totally sparkles in the light. It looks so very awesome. I really do love it. Now, when you stick all this stuff back on him, it looks like he'd be a little top-heavy, seeing as how he's got these two little legs down here, and all the stuff's basically up here. But these giant feeties here basically keep him completely stable, and it's almost impossible to knock over. So yeah, I'd say the robot mode's not too bad at all, especially for a little basic guy. And it was a long time ago, before they started getting really good at articulation and everything. So overall, it's pretty good. The only problem I do have is that this stupid alligator head is just there. It's just, what? Ugh. But I do know, and I do realize that that is a problem that most Beast War guys have. So I'm going to let it go on this one. So here we go with the alt mode. As far as transformation goes, I don't know if it's just mine because it's a little old and a little bit wobbly, but it seems like you're just basically balancing everything together and just hoping it stays. But then again, it may just be mine. Because overall, when you're done, this is an awesome looking product. But I am a little bit afraid of holding it now because when I was transforming it, a little pig that goes in here broke off and got stuck in his hand palm. Like I said, the head almost snapped off, and that scared me, so I'm a little afraid of it now. But for all its spindly faults, this is definitely an awesome looking thing. I mean, look at it. It's an alligator with a shell. This is a treat. I mean, it's just so awesome. Of all the animals in the animal kingdom, the alligator's got to be like number 5, and the turtle's like number 3. So this is definitely a treat. I mean, this it just looks great, and it does have a little bit of, I don't know what you'd call that, not mech alive. I don't know what that is. Just a little bit of wobbly back here. It looks cool. I don't know. I'm usually pleased. And I'm totally digging the colors. I mean, because you can see this shell being so kind of shiny and painted, it gives off this sort of a golden hue. And with this foresty green here shining off in the light as well, it just comes off as this nice green and golden alligator slash turtle, which, tell me there is nothing else cooler in the world than that. So, what do I think? I think this guy is awesome. Do I recommend him, though? Well, of all the Fusors out there, I'd say he's probably one of the best, and probably is one of the ones that would actually make sense. But is he my favorite? No. Silverbolt's my favorite. I mean, a wolf and an eagle? Come on, really? What could be better than that? But this actually makes a little bit more sense if you're going to put logic into a thing like this, which I don't suggest doing, but if you do, then this definitely is the guy for you. I would definitely get this guy. I would not bother with most of those others. Like I said, Silverbolt if you can find it. But yeah, I'd say get Terragator if you want him, but if you don't, you know, I can't say I really blame you. I just like him. It's just me. But anyway, I'm Creature Guy. This is Terragator, and see ya later, alligator.